irritated with this evening. Oh my god. It's like Code wants to be a fucking bitch today. Like, I'm just over it. I'm fucking over it. But here we are. I just want to fucking look at shit. I wanted to I wanted to see what the fuck was going on with AI news today. Like, for the last fucking hour. And I let Claude Code fucking have it too with it. God, man. Oh, my fucking camera ain't up. Okay, hold on. Oh. Okay, so what do we got? I want to post this fucking reel though. I went the fuck off on Claude right there, because it's like, you know when you're just like, you know when Claude's like, you get to a point in a session where you're like, okay, you're trying to misunderstand me, motherfucker. Like, you're trying really hard to misunderstand me specifically, you fucking cocksucker. But I just hate that shit, because I'm just like, bro, get it the fuck together here. Jesus fuck, man. And you're acting like a fucking retard right now, Claude? What the fuck? Get your shit together. Recalibrate. Bring your... Fuck. I meant to post that. Okay, so... let's see. What is this all about?
I think it's Alex.
Probably Alex.
What the heck?
Mute yourself. We are live, yeah. Can you put a thumbnail up?
We're live right now?
Yeah, they fucked that one up. How is that front fucking news? Oh, I saw this.
Yeah, alright.
I saw this. It looks pretty cool. Honestly.
Chad, are we back?
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I would use it for, I guess.
Now I lost...
Like, I want to see it used more, I guess.
God.
I want to make this...
Ecam is not good at all.
I'm watching them watch it, so...
Chad's saying, well, that was something, huh?
Hey,
it's all... Apparently, you're streaming an entirely black screen.
Right now?
Or maybe it's just because
no,
you're not
no,
online.
you're not. I see it.
Okay.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, yes, first stream is up. Okay, yeah, chat's talking. It's fixed now. What's up, Matt? Hey, guys.
Cool. Hey, everybody. I'm trying to show comments and reactions. There we go. Welcome back. Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I'm
That's
not trying
weird.
to fucking
It just
watch
dropped
these guys stream.
All right, so
like,
we're back.
I don't get it.
By all measures, Anthropic is winning the AI race against OpenAI right now. Their revenue leapfrogged OpenAI. They have the overall smartest model on the planet with Fable 5. But here's the thing. Anthropic made a mistake 2 years ago that is haunting them to this very day. And OpenAI is exploiting that mistake at every turn.
Even if the technology goes as fast as I suspect that it will, we don't know exactly how fast it's going to drive revenue. We know it's coming, but with the way you buy these data centers, if you're off by a couple years, that can be ruinous. If I'm just off by a year in that rate of growth, or if the growth rate is 5x a year instead of 10x a year, then you know, then you go bankrupt.
That was Dario in an interview saying that he wasn't willing to potentially bankrupt Anthropic by investing so heavily into compute infrastructure in the chance that the AI demand curve wasn't as strong as everyone had predicted. And it turns out it was even stronger than anyone had predicted. And this mistake continues to cause problems for them even today. And when you combine that with the fact that they were the first AI lab to create a 10 trillion parameter model, this new monster-sized model, well before any other company did, those two factors amplify each other and have completely backfired on them. And by the way, I love talking about these two amazing companies, OpenAI and Anthropic, and if you do too, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, it really does help, and this video is brought to you by Higgsfield. More on them later. So this is Thibaut from the OpenAI team, and seemingly every other day, he is doing a quota reset for ChatGPT accounts. And so there are two ways to pay for AI tokens from OpenAI and Anthropic. One, you can pay for a subscription, which ranges from $20 a month up to $200 a month, and you get a quota. You get a set number of tokens that you're allowed to use. The other way is to pay directly via the API. Now, the problem is the pricing in the API is substantially more expensive than what you're paying on a per token basis by paying for the subscription. So, of course, most people want to use their subscription, not pay for tokens directly from the API. And so while OpenAI and team continue to give extremely generous quotas, they're also resetting the quota very often, and they are doing it as kind of salt on the wound of Anthropic, because not only is Anthropic's quota much less generous than OpenAI, they effectively never reset the quota. In fact, it became almost a meme how often Thibaut and the OpenAI team were resetting the quota, so much so I created a website for it. This is willcodexquotareset.com. I'll drop a link down below. And right now, there is
Oh
a
my
94% chance
This is
that the
fucking
OpenAI
great.
team will reset your
Yo.
quotas in the next 48 hours. That means you can use 100% of
We'll
your weekly allocation of
codexresettoday.com.
tokens, and then magically
He
it
just
goes back
fucking-
down to zero, and
wait.
you can do it again. And so all of these
That
resets
dona-
from
that
OpenAI
domain
are happening
was open?
simultaneously while Anthropic
What
is
the
telling us
fuck?
that they're going to pull the Fable model from your subscription. The only way they're going to allow you to use Fable is by paying the premium price per token through the API. But I think this would be a massive mistake. In fact, I just tweeted it. If Anthropic pulls Fable from the Claude subscription, they will be ceding substantial coding mindshare to OpenAI, will be a big mistake. Because think about this. They pull the Fable model from the Anthropic subscription, and all of a sudden, you're having to pay, 10 times more per token to use Fable than GPT 5.6. And GPT 5.6 is actually really good. It is nearly as good as Fable on most benchmarks. It is more efficient. It is a lower cost per task achieved, and it just gets things done really well. And so you kind of factor all those things in, and all of a sudden, the ChatGPT subscription is looking extremely attractive. Whereas if Fable were removed from the Anthropic subscription, I would probably cancel my subscription. But Anthropic
cancel
has a
4.
wild card, which I'll tell you more
I will
later in the
cancel
video.
3.
But first, to be
and I'll
able to
keep
even
one for like
pay
a
for my
fucking
Anthropic subscription,
till
I
it's
had
done.
to take
Honestly,
a sponsor for this video.
I'll cancel
Let me
all
tell you
fucking
about
4.
Higgsfield. Higgsfield is one of the fastest growing Gen AI companies with a mission
Ooh, yeah,
to
if
be
they take
the
it
most
away, Friday, that's
creator-friendly
fucked.
platform in the world. Introducing Higgsfield Supercomputer, your personal AI
this is the thing, they
creative agent
can't. There's
powered
no way
by
that they
Hermes.
can't
This isn't
take
just an
this shit
AI
away,
generator.
like-
It thinks,
Yeah,
plans,
everybody's just going to
creates,
Seoul,
and
like,
executes your
I would probably
entire
go to Seoul
content
'cause Seoul's
strategy.
good enough.
One prompt can launch a full go-to-market strategy
Like,
or
Seoul's
spin
good
up
enough at
a
some-
faceless
I'd
YouTube
probably
channel. Think of it
make
this
it
way.
work, I think.
Higgsfield gives
And
you
then
the
what,
tools.
GLM6 comes out soon?
Supercomputer gives you the brain that
build to
knows
make it
what to
work.
make, where to post it, and when to post it. It gets smarter the more you use it and continuously improves based on your workflows.
Okay,
It
dude.
taps into so if you're serious, this is the kind. So I want to show you two graphs that are really going to emphasize everything that I'm saying. So first of all, this is the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index. And as you see, first place, Claude Fable 5 at 60, a score of 60 on this index. What is number 2? GPT 5.6 Soul Max at 59.
But what does
One
that mean?
point less than Fable. 1 point less. Now keep that in mind while I show you this next graph. This is the cost per intelligence task. So lower equals
This
better.
is
That
where
means
it's bad,
it
for
takes
sure.
less
This
tokens,
is
or
where
the
it's
tokens are less
bad.
expensive to achieve the same exact task. Now look at this. Claude Fable 5 coming in at $2.75 per task. And all the way down here, GPT 5.6, which is effectively the same
Damn,
score
look at
on
Grok.
total
Whoa.
intelligence, coming in
even then,
at just
even
over
4.5,
$1
because I was looking at
per
4.3
task.
at
So
first.
again, put
Even
yourself
4.5.
back in the buyer's shoes.
That's
You are
crazy.
considering an OpenAI subscription and an
That's
Anthropic
crazy.
subscription. Now, once Fable is removed from the subscription, you no longer even have the option to have the best model on the planet in your subscription. Instead, you are now relegated to use Opus 4.8 Max, which is also more expensive than GPT 5.6. So
we got-
right here,
and then what?
$1.80.
Opus 5?
Very, very expensive. Even
No
Claude
Fable 5,
Sonnet
but
5,
against Opus 5?
more expensive.
Hell no.
So
People
again,
are
all
not
of
gonna
these
go for
factors
that.
coming
People are
together,
not gonna go for
effectively
that.
the same
People are
intelligence,
gonna be fucking
much
pissed at that,
cheaper
straight
on
up.
a price per task accomplished, plus much more generous quotas coming out of OpenAI's subscription. But here's the thing, Anthropic is no dummy. They see the problem with removing Fable, and every time that they say, hey, you're going to get 1 week with Fable on your subscription, right until the very end, they wait until the very end,
I'm not gonna be
one
sitting
day
on my whole
before,
ass fucking
and then they
Fable.
say, actually, you're going to
Oh.
get 1 more week. It just happened. This was yesterday. We're extending Claude Fable 5 access on all paid plans, as well as keeping Claude Code's weekly rate limits 50% higher through July 9th. Now, even with this
19th,
weekly
wow.
rate limit 50% higher, I burn through my quota with like 2.5 tasks. With my ChatGPT subscription, it takes effort to actually burn through my quota. And all the while Anthropic is debating even leaving Fable in this subscription, Thibaut and the OpenAI team are doing things like this. Temporarily removing the 5-hour usage limit restriction for all Plus, Business, and Pro plans. So you no longer currently have that 5-hour rolling window, which makes it even easier to use your full quota and thus use your resets, which get banked. Those resets get banked. You don't have to use them immediately. You get 30 days. So you can figure out how to maximize your ChatGPT usage. So all of this is to say Anthropic and OpenAI are approaching the developer market, and their perception from developers is just so different right now. And it is all because of that one mistake. Anthropic does not have the compute necessary to be so generous with the Fable model. If they did, if Fable was as cheap as GPT 5.6 and they were as generous with the quotas, there really would be all the reason to just only use Anthropic models. And a lot of people are saying Anthropic is not doing all of this because they're capacity constrained. I've been saying they have, and in fact, Tarek from Anthropic has all but confirmed it. Listen to this. I've heard a lot of questions about Fable's availability. While it will come off subscriptions after July 7th, that's not true anymore, we aim to restore Fable as a standard part of our subscription as soon as capacity allows. That is it. That one decision 2 years ago is still causing pain for Anthropic, even though they have all the revenue, the best, biggest model on the planet, the best researchers. They have
Yeah.
all the ingredients except that one decision. And Sam's taking advantage of it. This was just posted yesterday. Sam is going into salty mode. Come for the best model. Okay, so arguable, but I really like 5.6 Soul. Stay because we don't treat you with contempt. That's the key. As a fan of both of these companies, I have just felt like Anthropic does not give a crap about me. OpenAI, on the other hand, is extremely transparent. very generous. And by the way, I put together a thorough review of GPT 5.6 on our website, forwardfuture.com. You get original essays, you get news roundups, you get all the tools that we're building as a team. So go check it out, forwardfuture.com. And look, I work with both of these companies and I like both of these companies, even though I've been, yes, very critical of Anthropic's tactics lately. And it is because I have felt at times as though they just do not care about their users. Where, on the other hand, OpenAI seems to be more transparent, more generous with their quotas, and just their overall vision of the future seems to be more aligned with my ambitious and optimistic vision of the future. I do not like fear-based marketing. I do not like Dario and team talking about white-collar bloodbaths and all of these other things that just get people to really dislike artificial intelligence. Not only do I not like it, I don't believe it to be true. I think it hurts us, it hurts the industry, and it hurts the world in the long run. All right, so let's look at these two models again.
Okay,
we have
dude,
one model that is like a
I'm like sitting through it. It's a good video. It's a really good video, and like he's fucking right about all of it. But I'm just like, I kind of know all of this. Like, what are we doing here? I want to see the fucking like.
China is now thinking about banning its open source model.
Why is only this guy popping up on this fucking thing now? Let's see what Theo has to say.
Stop me if you heard this one before. Buttons being ported from Zig to Rust with Claude. Well, it was, and this.
Already done it. I did this yesterday. Like, what? What's going on with this shit? Hermes agent, new meta.
13 to 15% of my CPU, and I'm running at 720p right now.
I'm just gonna fucking live stream him live streaming. I'm gonna I'm gonna distribute his fucking live stream to nobody. Oh my god. Woo. We could do better than knowledge graphs. This sounds intriguing, interesting.
We can do more with Obsidian and Claude Code
I'm
than
not
just
fucking
create
doing
these
no
knowledge.
shorts, dude. Why is it that? What the fuck is going on, dude? That's just not working out. Like, let's up at this. Whoa. Wait. What? Grok build is now open source. We've open source Grok build and have reset usage limits for all users. Open sourcing Grok build will allow anyone to support making a reliable and robust harness. It's pretty fucking fire. Check out our code, including the GitHub repo and the Grok build CLI. Ooh. Is this what I already have then? What is this? What is this? Grok build is open source, okay.